we live with no intro? Okay.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Player versus Team, aka PVT. And I'm back with my guys, even though they're not on cam right now. My boy DJ Micah B, who is traveling through traffic right now. He'll be at his destination very soon, though. And my guys, Steam and Willie Beam. And how we doing today, fellas?
What's up, y'all? What's up? How y'all doing? As soon as I get my new glasses, I should be getting them by the 11th. This beautiful face will be back on camera. But until then, because I don't want to have migraines, I'm going to be off camera for a little bit. But once I get my glasses back, it's on.
Hey, talk about it. DJ Micah B.
Did this man really just say he don't have his camera on because he don't have glasses?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, most definitely. Because I get eye strains. And it's like, I ain't trying to go, because after I do this show, I go to sleep. So I get real bad migraines. So
okay, I didn't hear the migraines part.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very valid. Well, as you guys know, we like to start off with the comic book / nerd question of the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that up on screen, and for everybody who is either listening or traveling right now and can't necessarily look at the screen or don't have your phone in your hands, I'm gonna go ahead and read this off. So we have a whole group of 2v2s. 100% loyalty, which means the teams are 100% loyal to each other, which means there will be no backstabbing. Base level, base form, no prep, and no time traveling. That'll come in handy as we get into the matchups here. So, like I said, 2v2s. We have a group of 2v2s. All right. We have this picture from our guy from TikTok, Ice God Solomon 777. Make sure you guys go follow him. But starting off with the first matchup, we got Gore and Doomsday v. LaFreeze and Hella. Stay with me now. Ghost Rider and Lobo v. Dr. Fate and Silver Surfer. Hal and Iceman, Hal Jordan, that is, Green Lantern, v. Doctor Strange and Martian Manhunter, one John Jones. We got Captain America and Slade, the Batman, Bruce Wayne, and the King of Wakanda himself, T'Challa, the Black Panther. Last 2v2 matchup, Spidey, 2099, if you know, you know, and Blue Beetle, the Cyborg, and Iron Man. Those are our matchups. Now, I will be keeping this on screen for the time being, but if I do need to reiterate or run down the matchups again, I can. But as of right now, those are our matchups. Gentlemen, who would like to start us off today?
I suggest that we just you read them off, and then all of us answer the first matchup, and then read off the next one. All of us answer the next matchup, so that nobody forgets.
I like that idea. All right. So first matchup goes as such. Go ahead and take this down real quick. Gore and Doomsday v. LaFreeze and Hella. Who we got, fellas?
I'm not going Doomsday, because anything Doomsday is, then I always take him. I'm not even going to lie to you. You're going to put Doomsday with anybody, and I'd have still took Doomsday.
I got LaFreeze and Hella. And the reason why.
Go ahead, Cook.
I got LaFreeze and Hella, and the reason why, you got to destroy Asgard to kill Hella. So I got LaFreeze and Hella.
That's actually a fair point. I didn't even think about that.
And that was going to be my main reasoning, because looking at Hela, you have to destroy Asgard to do so, right? And Gore or Doomsday, they are more, how do I put this? More assignment based, if that makes sense. Like, they have a specific person that they are seeked out to kill, and they were built or constructed to kill, where it's like I don't think that they would have the firepower to destroy all of Asgard, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It does make sense because Thor is on Asgard. That shit ain't happening. I'm just saying.
And Hela is literally like she's literally dead. So I mean, it's hard to kill death without knowing exactly how to kill death. Like Thor didn't even really do it. He had help. So there is that. But so we got Larfreeze and Hela for our first matchup. But next matchup, we got Ghost Rider and Lobo v Dr. Fate and Silver Surfer. Now I think this one is a little tough. No, it's not. I'm going Dr. Fate, Silver Surfer. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going because I don't think the pin still work on either one of them. And we've already seen Lobo die, so yeah.
Yeah, and as durable as Lobo is, he's cooked. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love him to death. Don't get me wrong, but he's absolutely cooked. Like you said, Penn and Stare, I don't really see working on either one of those guys. Maybe.
There's no regret. There's no regret on either one.
Exactly, because it's like I don't think either one really regrets. Yeah, no, I'm not really. I'm not really seeing it because Dr. Fate is like we got to think about like they're two different personalities. Like it's the helmet and then it's the person. So who's the Penn and Stare actually going to work on? Like that's
right. I don't think either. Particularly if we talking about Kent Nelson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, especially Kent because he's just so pure-minded. But then even Surfer, like how you can't Penn and Stare somebody when you don't have a universe to do it from.
Exactly,
because he's just gonna devour your universe. Like that's just it is what it is.
He'll just fling you out of existence.
Like that's just. And then there's the thing about speed. We're not even gonna get to it. Okay, next matchup. We got Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, and Iceman. The Strange, Doctor Strange, that is, and Martian Manhunter.
I am taking Strange and Manhunter, not quickly too, with a quickness. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I gotta go with Strange and Manhunter, despite the fact that Iceman is Omega level.
And that's the difference right there, bro.
I think Hal's gonna be the weak point. I think he's gonna be the weak spot.
I think that's the difference right there, bro, because it's base level and they're not including any way, shape, or form of new power-ups or new upgrades that these guys have, because we all understand that Iceman is an Omega level mutant now, and he can literally freeze time. Like I said, time travel would come in handy here. So just thinking about that, and then also we have to think about Strange and him being in control of the time stone and also knowing how to control and manipulate time as well. So
could Strange do you think Strange could control Hal Jordan based on that ring as long as he has it on? Do you think he'd be able to manipulate it?
I don't think so, because the ring is based off somebody's will, and they have to choose you in order for it to really work like that. And if we know anything about Hal, he has, outside of John, I think he has one of the strongest willpowers that we've seen in DC Comics. So I think that is.
So in other words, the only character that could probably manipulate him in that kind of way would be Scarlet Witch.
Well, even then, you got to think about it like this, because Martian Manhunter is literally in a top tier, probably one of the most powerful telepaths in the DC universe. So, and we've seen how Jordan get succumb to mind control or mind manipulation before.
And see what's the enemy of will? The enemy of will is fear. Yeah. And if anybody can induce that on Hal, it would be Martian Manhunter.
Would be Martian. I think Scarlet Witch too, though. I do think so.
Witch can do it too. She can do it too.
she had Tony scared out of his mind.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure.
But we all know Hal's weak point, and that was the love of his life that he lost. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Once Martian Manhunter taps into that, then
it's game over.
Yeah, it's virtually over for that. But this next matchup, this might be honestly the best matchup on the board. We got Captain America and Slade, the Bruce Wayne Batman, and Black Panther, one T'Challa.
We giving Bats prep time or no prep time?
No prep time. They said no prep time for this one.
Shit.
I'm going Captain America and Slade.
I'm going Captain America and Slade.
And the reason why is because at the end of the day, Batman still ain't super strong. Like he's regular human strong.
Batman is written to lose the first fight. He's written literally to lose the first fight. That's why prep time is such a big thing with him. Because if you go back and look at his history, he always loses that first fight because he's written that way. But that second fight, because he's had that prep time and no time to get to his opponent, he wins. But yeah, there's no prep time involved here. So I'm going with Captain America and Slade.
But my only pushback here, fellas, is what is either one Slade and or Captain America going to do against that vibranium suit?
You forget. Slade has weapons that can pierce that.
I don't think he does. Not with the technology that suit
has. He has weapons that could. But and you hadn't seen it, of course, because it's Marvel versus DC. But I think he can. I think he would have a weapon or find a weapon. And again, we're doing this with no prep time and no knowledge of each other. But I think that he would find a way to get around that. Being the assassin that he is and his military training that he has, I think he'll find a way to get around that and get the win. He's already given Batman hell. We've seen that.
That's what it was saying.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, but
Batman doesn't have a suit that's full of vibranium that can literally deflect missiles.
I get it. I get it, but I still think with Captain America too. I still think they would eventually find a way to win this matchup.
Yep.
I mean,
They
even
have to disable the suit. That's the only way.
I think they'll play the man more than they would play the armor. If you understand what I'm saying.
But you have to. But that's my point, though. You have to get to the man, and to get to the man, you have to shut up the armor.
Here's my pushback on getting to the man through his armor.
You got
Captain America's shield is also made out of vibranium.
Yep.
It's
true. Made of the same stuff.
And Captain America's shield would be able to pierce vibranium because it's the same exact stuff he's getting hit with.
That's not true, though. We've seen that in not only the comics but the movies.
It is a vibranium adamantium mix. This is true, but I still think that team would win, and I think Batman will go down first.
Batman will go, man, I'm taking Captain America's shield and bashing Batman head off as soon as this shit starts. And it's 2-on-1 going forward.
And then it'd be
Batman ain't got no way to deflect that damn. Batman ain't got no way to deflect the shield.
He doesn't. But
with Slade, you got all kind of weapons coming at you with Slade. And with Cap, you got that shield. Bruh.
I'm gonna lean
Batman's out there.
BP and Bats because of the technology and the armor within Black Panther. That'll be the only reason why, is because he understands that, nigga, first of all, I built your shield, so don't do too much, because nigga, I built that shit. Nigga.
I gotta correct you. It wasn't him that built the shield. I gotta correct you. It wasn't him that built it. Was his dad that built that shield.
True, it wasn't him, but it's like my people.
But he has knowledge of it. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But my people did this nigga.
Yeah, my people did this. Yeah.
You feel me? You better watch your mouth, colonizer, because I take it back. You feel me?
Yeah.
I just get tripping on some civil rights type shit. But
Right.
I swear.
Reparations.
Yeah,
I
nah,
think
give my shield back.
Get my
I
shit
think
back.
the 2-on-1. I think the 2-on-1. They would like would they kill Black Panther? No, because they overmatch him and figure it out because of their military experience. I do believe that'll play into it.
I don't think.
Their strategy.
Yeah. I agree with you.
I think their strategy would play into it because they are two military men, two masterminds in military as well. Because Batman's going out quick. I don't, and
Mhm.
you know, I love Batman. That's my favorite hero, dog. But ain't shit super about him.
Same. Bats is my guy, and everybody who knows me, they know that. I literally got a Batman picture above Gotham, right above my desk here. So, yeah. But I see what you guys are saying. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I see what you guys are saying. Just for me, just thinking
The
about
suit.
that.
You can't get past the suit.
Can't get past that suit, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I definitely see what y'all are saying, and I feel you 100%. And then especially with Slade and his weapons, because we understand that the normal sword that he does carry around is a magic wielding sword. So that is definitely a game changer. But I don't know, man. That suit, man, it hit different for me. But I knew that one was gonna bring really dope conversation because that one is always kind of a hot button for a lot of people. But the last matchup, Spidey 2029 and Blue Beetle.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. The Cyborg and Iron Man. Whew.
Yeah, I'm taking Spidey.
I'm taking Cyborg and Iron Man.
I'm taking Spidey and Blue Beetle.
I'm taking Cyborg and Iron Man.
God damn it.
Let me say the only reason why I'm taking Cyborg and Blue Beetle is because literally one of Blue Beetle's things is he can basically vibrate, and I'm taking that into him basically vibrating that fucking suit off of Tony. I really am.
But my counter is this. Cyborg can hack anything. And I think before Blue Beetle has a chance to do that, Cyborg can figure it out, hack the scale, take the suit off Blue Beetle, and who you got left? Jaime Reyes.
Okay, I still think Spidey would take Iron Man, but especially 2099, dog. I think Spidey would take Iron Man.
That 2099 was different. That 2099
hit different, bro.
It hit different, yeah.
But here's my pushback with that. Because yes, we understand. Hey, if you like we keep saying, if you know, you know, Spidey 2099 hit different, and the Scarab Beetle that makes up the Blue Beetle is a crazy piece of technology. But when it comes to not only Tony Stark and his ingenious and just the way he thinks and prepares for everything, like Willie said, we understand Cyborg can hack anything, but it's the boom tube for me.
Yeah.
What is stopping Cyborg from just booming both these niggas out of space to like a different universe or different planet, to where they just like, hey, well, now y'all got to figure the fuck out and get back. And Scarab, I understand that he may be able to find a way back, but Spidey
you want to know? You want to know what would stop him from doing that? His fucking arrogance going into a fight.
The Cyborg doesn't fight with arrogance. He fights more with intelligence.
He
now
does fight with
does,
but
Tony
wait,
does.
But here's also my thing with Cyborg too. Even though he goes into has he ever been to a fight where he would think he would lose off the rip, or he has to start fighting with more intelligence? Because again, the speed and the Spidey senses would probably prevent Spider-Man from being moved.
Yeah,
that's a fair point. I think
this one is even better, a better matchup than the one Moose said was probably going to be the best matchup.
This one is because it's a more interesting matchup, but I think with Cyborg, what mostly hinders him, at least for me, what I see is the confidence of his abilities, right? Like him not really accepting the fact that he is now part cyborg and that it is part of him. So he has to adjust and essentially, take part in that. And I think he likes to fight and hide from that a lot. But when he starts to think and unlock that part of him and start to use the cyborg part of him as well as far as his human side, he's one of the legitimately one of the most formidable opponents that that we've seen in the comics. But damn, I'm not gonna lie, this matchup it's crazy though.
I'm not gonna. If we get Cyborg from that Justice League movie from the Snyder Cut, oh bruh, it might be over. If we get that Cyborg, it might be over.
Yeah,
that Cyborg
is a fucking fool.
He's like he hits different. I'm not gonna lie to you. He hits different.
Cyborg in that movie already.
People be sleeping on Cyborg, and you can't.
Yeah, man. His abilities are legitimately cold.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Cyborg and Tony. But really not by much. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's closer than you think.
It is. There were some really heavy hitters on both sides of the bracket. But yeah, no, definitely. Shout out to our boy Ice Guy Solomon, 777. Keep coming with the
fire.
Yep, always coming with it.
Content, bro. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep talking about it on the show. Hopefully we can get you on the show one day. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna try and reach out to his ass on Instagram.
Yeah, he is on TikTok and Instagram, so make sure you guys do drop a follow for him as well. And once again, that is Ice God Solomon 777 right here on the screen. Bow, there you go. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this doc, man. All right, so Survivor Series happened on Saturday, fellas. How are we feeling? Did it live up to the hype?
Hell no.
Go ahead, Willie. Kick us off, man.
Hell no. No. I was upset. I was upset about half those matches that happened. I didn't like the way that the OG Bloodline won. I didn't like the fact that you even had to add a Sami Zayn or CM Punk to that. You got other relatives you could have brought in to make it more family versus family, but I don't know if WB was contracted not to do it or those guys couldn't get free. But there's other family members they could have brought in to make that thing that much better. Now, of course, we did get Monday night, so I can't sit here and say that it didn't have a purpose, but I just didn't like it. I just didn't like that match. I didn't care for the women's match that much. I thought that was flat. Nia is just terrible. She's just trash in the ring, and she shouldn't be a champion. They should have been took that belt off of her. She's sloppy in the ring. She's not safe. I just wasn't impressed with that whole card at all. Why is Finn Balor out there? For what point? For what reason? That was actually a decent match until he got involved, and then the whole thing just went sideways. So no, I was just disappointed. I was just disappointed. I thought it could have been a lot better.
Okay. I agree on the premise that the two War Games matches weren't that good. I agree on that. Most definitely. I think both matches last year were absolutely better, and the year before that were absolutely better than both matches this year. On the Sami Uso, I don't agree with you with the Sami Uso one. Sami absolutely needed to be a part of that because he was part of the OG bloodline. The CM Punk thing didn't make sense to me. Them adding, even though I know CM Punk was originally a Paul Heyman guy, but it was literally there for them to bring in what's the Zilla? Is it Zilla? That's the name, right?
Yeah.
Zilla.
Yeah.
Or hell, I would have rather even seen Brock Lesnar than CM Punk. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I also think they got it wrong. I think the OG bloodline should have lost. bloodline shouldn't win because that would expose cracks in the OG bloodline. Because and then bringing in CM Punk literally has WWE the bloodline storyline has all stories tied up in it now. Each story still tied up in the bloodline. Cody still tied up in the bloodline. Now CM Punk in the bloodline.
Yep.
Jay Uso singles run is done because he's tied up in the bloodline.
Yep.
That's why I was like, they should crack the OG bloodline up, let the new bloodline take over, and then bring in Zilla to recruit everybody again for one final match, which will be the Civil War match. But go through months of trying to recruit them to get because now Jimmy is over. When Jimmy came back, Jimmy was already over. Everybody was happy to see Jimmy back. That was the exact time to strike on a singles run with Jimmy and Jay at the same fucking time. But
I wonder.
the women's match didn't even make no damn sense to me. I don't even get it. They need to go ahead and break up Tiffany and Nia Jax. That shit is played out. It's a bad storyline. Like it doesn't even make sense. I will say this though. The Shinsuke Nakamura LA Knight fight was pretty good, but that Intercontinental triple threat, that was the best fight of the night, and it was a really good match.
I told you that was
really good.
I'm sort of kind
That
of.
was
I'm sort of kind of shocked. They let Shinsuke go over. I'm sort of kind of shocked by that.
I think the whole WWE universe is shocked they let Shinsuke go over, but I think they're trying to pull LA Knight off to put him back on the main event scene and let Shinsuke put over the newer talent now. Where for like people like Mello, you know what I'm saying? Mello has nothing currently really going on. Or when they move Trick up, because you need to have those guys be the new hot wrestlers to make a name for themselves through the mid-card title. So I think that's where more they were leaning towards. And it sucks that they fumbled the bag with Shinsuke, because Shinsuke is actually a fucking phenomenal wrestler that WWE fumbled the bag. And I get it. And I get it just because he doesn't speak English. So I get why they gave him one championship run and they moved because he was so hot coming over from New Japan. So when he got there, they gave him his championship run, and it kind of relegated him back down to the mid-card scene because he can't speak English, and it sucks. Because if he went back to New Japan Pro Wrestling right now, he'd probably be automatically vaulted right back to the top.
But see, here's where we messed up, because, and I say we, not so much as the companies per se, but if Shinsuke had a manager that can elevate him, and I'm not saying there's somebody out there that Paul Heyman maybe, or if you go back to the day, if you had could bring up a Bobby Heenan type, somebody that can hype him up to where he wouldn't have to speak, that can do the job of putting him over, he will be that much more accepted and liked, because the manager that's speaking for him is doing all the work. All he got to do is go in the ring and do his thing.
True.
I feel that, but here's the issue in this day and age, though. Even though Paul Heyman normally talks to Brock or Roman can still talk and interact with the crowd, and that's the part where Shinsuke is going to miss. Is that he can't interact with the crowd,
right?
And interacting and being able, because even at one point when Paul Heyman was talking for Brock had to cut promos against other wrestlers.
True.
Paul would hype him up, but he would cut his promos against other wrestlers. Like, we know Brock, even though Brock wasn't talking a lot, everybody knows Suplex City, bitch, because they found something relatable with Brock talking. And then when they moved Paul to Roman and Brock was feuding, Brock had to speak for himself and started cutting promos. Which, granted, he was way better then than he was when he first came to WWE and had to cut a promo against Eddie Guerrero. But he's way better now. Yeah. But at some point, that wrestler is going to have to be able to speak to the crowd.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
So true.
I mean, really, really, really dope analysis. I watched it. I kind of share the same sentiments. I thought, it was kind of uneventful. I did, like I said, I enjoyed the triple threat match. I thought it was going to be the best match of the night, which I ultimately called last Thursday on the show. Just because I've always loved triple threat matches, I thought they were always entertaining. But I think the OG Bloodline winning, it was, for me, it was confusing because it's like, okay, now what?
Is Zilla still in MLW?
I
That's
think
a
he's
great
still contracted with him, but I think he's
that's
still
probably why.
he's
That's
still on the contract.
Okay, that's why
Yeah.
they
I
couldn't
don't
bring
think
him
he's
in. Okay.
wrestling. I don't think he's wrestling, but I know he's supposed to be one of those wrestlers that signed with the WWE ID
Mhm.
to try
Okay.
and, you know what I'm saying, where they can move around different promotions but still be signed to WWE as well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. But
'Cause if you would have brought Zella in, oh my goodness.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I wanted them to literally not have a fifth person and then Zilla do a surprise pop up and become the fifth person.
Yep. That'd be cool.
definitely.
And that free CM Punk for his rivalry with Seth Rollins.
Also true. Which I think.
I think he's. I don't think CM Punk has a rivalry right now. I just think Seth Rollins and CM Punk literally just hate each other in real life.
I think so
Probably.
too. Yeah, they probably do. Yeah, they probably do.
Probably.
They just don't like each other.
I wouldn't doubt that at all. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
They probably don't like each other, but they're professional enough that they can go out there and make that money.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
True. Which I don't doubt. Shoot. I mean,
Mm-mm.
hey, you
Mm-mm.
gotta.
I might hate your ass, but I ain't gonna. But I ain't gonna sleep on 500,000. I'm not gonna sleep
Yeah,
on $1 million.
man.
No.
I mean, Brock Lesnar and John Cena don't like each other.
Yep, I've heard that too.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely true.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
They are definitely not fans of each other at all.
Mm-mm.
All right, fellas, are we ready to talk some college football and some bullshit?
Lord, here we go. I'm ready.
I knew this was coming.
Damn Alabama.
I don't understand what's going on with the committee. I think everybody needs to be drug tested for crack cocaine, because how does Alabama get? How does Alabama get in? I just don't know. I just don't understand that part.
Can somebody tell me?
Crazy part
Not
is
only that, but can somebody tell me how Colorado didn't get in?
facts. So you should hear I forgot the reporter's name, but he broke down why Alabama got in, and I was like, that's legit bullshit. And it's because Miami lost. They went 1-2 over their last 3, and I was like, so the fuck what? Alabama lost 3 games.
Thank you.
Bye.
Miami went 1-2 over their last 2, but Alabama lost 3 overall, and Miami lost 2 overall. So it's not making sense. Alabama should have probably even dropped under Colorado. I mean, I don't know who you would remove technically to put Colorado in, but I mean, I could have made a case for Colorado or Miami over Alabama.
I mean,
and they gotta get into their heads. I don't give a damn how strong the SEC is or whatever, and this and that. They're a strong conference, but it's like, dude, there gotta be some kind of reward for other conferences winning, even if they're not a Power 5 conference. So for winning their conference championship.
but that's the. See, this is the reason why. This is the reason why the committee make me mad, bro. Because
get them.
Oh my god, bro! Because okay, let's really talk about this, bro. Because they're finna here, take the shit out of me, dog. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. Alabama loses to Oklahoma, right? 24.
Yep.
They finna piss me off.
I know.
Hey, bro, they finna piss me off, bro. They finna piss me off, dog, because ain't no fucking way y'all thought this was okay, dog. Oh my god. Y'all, they lose to Oklahoma, right? But before that, they lose to Vandy.
That was the one that should have kicked them out right there.
After that loss to Vanderbilt, them niggas shouldn't have even been thought of.
Nope.
Shouldn't have been considered.
Nope. Not
They
at
put
all.
these niggas in because they played Mercer. Okay. Wisconsin and South Florida, and then Western Kentucky.
I'm not gonna say
That's
a
when
lot of
Alabama didn't even it would have been one thing had they been getting in because of strength of schedule. This is not a Nick Saban team anymore. And the fact that y'all offering the grace of what Nick Saban created there is absolutely stupid.
Can I say this though? And it's gonna sound kind of weird coming from me because I'm not necessarily into conspiracy theories and things like that. But look here, there's a lot of old money in the SEC. A lot of old money in the SEC. A lot of people with influence that can go around and say stuff. And then when you have Paul Finebaum coming on ESPN, and yes, has ESPN deteriorated somewhat? Yes, but they're still in the mainstream sports scene. And you have Paul Finebaum being their champion with all this old money rolling around. I mean, it makes perfect sense of how that got in based on those two factors alone. Because if it was any other team with 3 losses, they wouldn't have gotten in.
I mean, we see that.
They wouldn't have
Ole
gotten in.
Miss got 3 losses and they didn't fucking get in.
Yeah. Any other team with 3 losses
If
would
Texas
not
had 3
get in.
losses, if Texas had 3 losses right now, they wouldn't get in.
Yep. That old money, man. That old. If
TSU
you go
has 3
not,
losses.
if you don't want Bama in it, you gotta knock Bama out. And I thought the Vanderbilt loss would have been the one, but here
They
we
gave
are.
up 40.
Mhm.
40 points to
Mhm.
Vanderbilt and unranked
Mhm.
Vanderbilt. And this is the thing about it. This right here ultimately should have kicked these niggas, but like nobody should even fucking thought about this. This should have been kicked the fuck out of this motherfucker, bro. Y'all lose to Tennessee. That's a top 10 team or a top 15 team. And I'll kind of give you that. I think Tennessee is frauds too, which I called. But that's another story for another time. Y'all put up 3 fucking points against an unranked Oklahoma team. 3 points.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
But
that's what I'm saying.
on the flip side, right? On the flip side, this is the reason why I said they finna piss me the fuck off, bro. Because on the flip side, you got 2 Miami losses, right? Now, stay with me, fellas. The first Miami loss comes from just a few weeks back to Georgia Tech. The same Georgia Tech that took the Georgia fucking Bulldogs on 10 goddamn overtimes, dog.
Yep.
10 motherfucking overtimes to win that motherfucking game. Okay?
Yep.
And then they lose a shootout to probably what's going to end up being a top 10 pick in quarterbacks in freaking Kyle Ord or Kyle Ford, whatever the fuck his name is, from Syracuse.
That's a bad boy though.
The boy's nice. The boy's nice.
Yep.
He got arm over there. He know what he's doing. Okay.
Mhm.
And those losses are more significant than Bama giving up 40 and then only posting 3 points to 2 unranked teams.
Big facts.
See, this is the reason why I said the committee needs to be drug tested immediately, okay, for crack cocaine, because there's no way.
No, what they need to do is be replaced, because you got a lot of old eyes and a lot of old heads in that community that believes in tradition. They don't have any
drug tested and then replaced.
They don't have any youth on that committee. They don't have a me. They don't have a you. They don't have Micah, who can look at this thing objectively and make those decisions. Nope. They are going off old school tradition, and that is completely wrong when it comes to Bama. Completely wrong. This is the second time
drug testing removed immediately. I don't care. I need them all tested for crack cocaine right now, because there's no fucking way, dog. There's no way.
They old. They old and see now.
Crazy and see, bro, because
that's like the baseball. That's just like the Baseball Hall of Fame. Baseball Hall of Fame committee, old.
They need to be tested for crack cocaine as well.
and stuck
Man,
and stuck in they old and they stuck in traditionalist ways. And both them motherfuckers need to be gutted and put some youth up there.
this is disgusting. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Both of them.
Disgusting
Both
work.
of them.
Disgusting work. This is
Mhm.
absolute disgusting work.
Mhm.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. Oh, I'm not even gonna lie. This is absolute disgusting work, bro. But I mean, it is what it is. We got what we got. Let's go ahead and talk about a few matchups. All right. Starting on because matchups have changed, okay, from a few weeks ago. But starting on the left side of the bracket, as of right now, these are the current matchups. We got Ohio State and Tennessee. It's not going to be at because it's going to be a neutral site. So Ohio State and Tennessee. It's probably going to be one of the first games we get, or they're probably going to end up throwing up the Penn State Arizona game at us. But Ohio State at Tennessee. I'm going. That loss.
That's tough.
Yeah, that loss to Michigan kind of scares me. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I'm going with the Buckeyes.
Yeah, me too. It's tough though.
It ain't tough for me. I'm a Buckeyes fan.
Before we move on, let me ask you fellas a question. How do we feel about the planting of the flag in the middle of the field? Do you feel it's justified for the team that lost to fight over such an act? Or do you feel like, hey, you guys should have fought within the four quarters of the game? You guys have no right to try to fight somebody for trying to plant the field in the middle of your, or plant the flag in the middle of your field.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. You had 4 quarters to fight that shit out, and you lost.
Yep.
A lot of people,
I think it's great.
I
think it's great. I think it's great. You had a whole fourth quarter to fight you have a whole four quarters to fight your battle. You lost your battle. Take your punishment.
Now, I do concede, but me being a certified crash out, okay, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. I don't care because I'm crashing the fuck out. Yeah, I lost, and I don't give a fuck. I lost. You're right. But don't even think about coming near the middle of the field with that goddamn flag because somebody's getting. I'm telling you, I'm socking you out. It's gonna go up. I'm a crash out. I'm crashing out because you're not gonna do. If I gotta lose diligently, this is just me. This is me and my crazy way of thinking. I'm not saying everybody think like that. I'm just saying this is me, crash out move here talking. Okay. If I gotta lose diligently, you gotta win diligently, motherfucker. Don't be sitting up here trying to disrespect me after you just disrespect me 4 quarters. Nah, take that shit in the locker room, spray the champagne, do all the shit like that. Y'all turn up in the buses and shit like that. Start a side show in the parking lot. I don't give a fuck. But stay away from the middle of the field because that's when I gotta crash out now. Like I said,
I will say though, also, you're justifiably in the right if you want to fight if somebody does that to you. So you just got to be prepared for the consequences.
Oh yeah.
Doing that.
Oh yeah.
Most definitely. And that's another thing about it, right? Like everything comes with a consequence, right? So like even if a team does take the loss diligently or ends up losing and the team, wants to, flex because their fans are in the stands, right? They want to celebrate with their fans on the field, whatever the case may be, and take the flag and plant that motherfucker on the middle of the field. Hey, just know somebody may be like me and have a problem with it. That's all I got to say. There was one time where we ended up upsetting a high-ranking team out here in California, and we almost ran through their little, everybody got the little pop-up shit, the little inflatable bulldog, whatever the case may be. So we almost ran through that motherfucker. We was turned up and shit like that, almost ran through that shit. And there was a whole wall, like of people of the team, right, that we just beat, the team we just kicked in overtime. They was standing right on the other side. So we ran through, we knew it was going to be a fade. But at the same time, the coaches had stepped in because they knew if it was going to be a fade, then a lot of people was going to get suspended and going to the playoffs, and we wasn't with all that. You feel me? So ultimately, it didn't happen. But we understood the consequences as to the actions that was about to take place because it was all we was all in. It was all or nothing at that point. So there's always going to be consequences. Like I said, I'm with y'all. Shit, if we win, you best believe I'm finna go acting a fool and plant that motherfucker on the middle of the right there. And I'm gonna plant it in the end zone, both ends. Okay, I'm gonna throw that motherfucker in the stands. All right. I'm gonna do the most. Y'all lucky I don't find a golf cart because I'm going Marshawn Lynch and I'm swinging that motherfucker all over the field. Okay. But at the same time, if somebody's feeling froggy and there's a crash out on the team like me, that's what happens. So just wanted to get y'all perspective on a hot topic that was around the sports world based on rivalry week, because to me, I feel like college football is actually starting to come back and give us the old school taste of football where we got the true rivals. Not everybody wants to be all buddy and friends. And you got motherfuckers fighting over respect, right? Like not even just the game.
Right.
You're not even.
I think.
You're not gonna do this.
Yep.
I think that's just across sports all in general right now.
Yeah.
Because even NCAA and the NFL is starting to get back to that. The NBA is definitely starting to get back to that this season. Anthony Edwards coming out and hating everybody that ain't in Minnesota.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I love it. Shoot, bring that back, that competitive spirit, man. We've been talking about that for a while, right? We want that competitive spirit back. We want to see these guys go at each other, even if you're friends, right? Shoot, be friends after. All right, let's go ahead and see. All right, so this next matchup, and I know a lot of people probably think this is going to be a wash or a shoe-in, but I really don't think so. We got Penn State and, as of right now, Arizona State. I'm not even lying to y'all, fellas. I'm
going Arizona State.
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards Arizona State in this matchup.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched enough of either one of those teams to even make a decision.
Arizona State has a really, really good run game. Bo Scatabo, he's a Sacramento kid. Top 10 in rushing right now. They have some really sneaky good receivers, and then their quarterback is really solid as well. And they play great football in the second half of the season. But Penn State, obviously, we know that quarterback is really good. They got some really good receivers over there. It's just these defenses kind of scare me.
I feel you on that.
The defenses kind of scare me a little bit. But like I said, I'm leaning more towards Arizona. Oregon and Boise State have a bye, oddly enough. But I'm thinking that's because they won their respective conferences. So, of course, Texas and SMU have a bye. Shout out to DJ Michael B because he is one of the ones who mentioned SMU a few months back on the episode. Watched the college football and wanted to see them back in the college football playoff race after them having sanctions put on their programs a few years back.
That death penalty was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy. So welcome back to the big dance, SMU. But on the other side of the bracket, we got Georgia and Indiana.
Georgia doesn't get a bye?
No, they do not. Oddly enough.
And it's Georgia versus who?
Indiana.
Indiana's pretty good though. Damn. I think Georgia will win just based on their defense.
I gotta say, I'm going with Georgia too, but it's gonna be close.
I think Georgia will be able to make necessary stops down the stretch.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go Georgia, but the main reason being is because I don't like that when Indiana finally did play a top 10 team, they didn't look very good. And that was just the Big 12 team, Big 10 team. This is the SEC, big dog. Like this is Georgia.
Football.
You know what I mean? Georgia, it's different out there.
Big boy football.
You know what I mean? So, like, I just don't know if them boys over up there in Indiana is ready.
If they're ready.
Down out there in the South. Okay? Because it's different. All right? Not different. It's different.
Different.
You know what I mean? So, I'm going to go Georgia, I think, because they've been there before. They understand the experience that it takes to win a big game as such. And then last matchup is Notre Dame and bum-ass Alabama.
Oh man,
You take Notre Dame and bum ass Alabama.
Yep.
you said bum ass.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This is the one matchup I wish Alabama didn't get because I'm going to take Alabama in this game.
Same. God damn it.
I don't trust Notre Dame. I just don't trust them. I just don't
First of
trust them.
all-
So I gotta go with Alabama.
First of all, I'm a USC fan, so it's always fuck Notre Dame. Okay.
Yep.
So there's that. But I really wish, just like Michael, I really wish there any other matchup besides Notre Dame. Any other matchup besides Notre Dame. Because first of all, Notre Dame is ass. I don't care how good their record is. I don't care what the ranking is. I don't let
They're independent and they don't play nobody.
They're the biggest frauds in the goddamn system. I don't
Yep.
care. Join
Fraud.
Join the division. Join the league, bro. Join one. Stop being scary
Fraud.
and join one, dog. Y'all are some weenies, bro. That independent bullshit. We're just gonna stay independent. Shut up.
That independent shit is played out. There's no benefit to being independent anymore.
Join a conference, brother.
Everything is against you being an independent.
Literally.
Unless you sit there and you say, okay, we're independent, but we're playing at least 10. What is it? 13 games in college football before they do the championship.
Mm-hmm.
So unless 10 of your 13 games are against top 25 teams, I don't even want to entertain this nonsense.
Exactly.
Literally.
Because we saw what happened years ago when they said Notre Dame was the second best team in the country and they got smashed in the championship game.
Destroyed. Yeah, I don't. Why would see? That's the thing. That's the reason why I said, bro, they finna piss me off, bro. Because first of all, y'all throw these bum ass niggas in the goddamn playoffs, bro.
I didn't even realize Notre Dame was. I didn't realize Notre Dame was in until you called it out. And here I am, and I'm going to make the case that game should be Colorado versus Miami. It should be Colorado versus Miami.
If you go Colorado versus Miami, you could have put. Well, I don't know, BYU, not really, but
if you would have, but again, can you imagine though what hell would have broke loose if you would have kept Notre Dame out? Hell would have broke loose because they seem to be. We know what they are. But the media seems to be in love with that team. So
because they just it's the old school thing you was just talking about last time.
Yep, old school tradition. Old school tradition.
That is such bullshit. Oh my god.
Old school tradition, and that's why Alabama's in, and that's why Notre Dame.
Literally, Alabama. That's what I was just about to say. Alabama and Notre Dame literally are only in off of prestige.
Yep.
And Notre Dame prestige should have been gone 50 years ago. They ain't won.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yeah, like they still got Tony Rice on that team. Come on now.
Bruh, they act like they got Tony Rice. They act like they still got Tim Brown over there.
Yep.
They act like they got Manti Te'o still. Like, bro.
Yep.
And that team got washed.
Show did.
I can't take it, bro. Like the committee has to. Something got to shake, bro. Because there's no fucking way that y'all sat up there and was like, yeah, let's go ahead and throw these two teams together, and that's gonna be the matchup everybody wants to fucking see. Like, no, bro. We wanted to see something that was gonna be electrifying, something that we haven't seen before. We don't want to see two fucking washed goddamn programs trying to hold on to legacy that they don't fucking have anymore. Fight it out to lose in the next round.
Yep. Okay, that's what's gonna happen.
And you know what? Whichever one of these teams, like Moose said, whichever one of these teams make it out, please don't let either one of them win in the second round. Because if they do, all hell is gonna break loose on planet Earth.
Literally,
we told y'all we were right.
The roll tides we're gonna hear is gonna be relentless. Legitimately relentless.
We should be hearing the U.
Literally.
Amen.
In Colorado.
We
freaking hearing. Oh, that's gonna be so annoying. Yeah, of course I'm
Now,
going Alabama, but I'm not happy about it.
with the bowl games now, right?
Yeah,
Just do us all justice, and just put Colorado versus Miami as a bowl game, any bowl game.
thank you. It's just anyone. It doesn't even matter. Just anyone.
I guarantee you the ratings will be better than any Alabama Notre Dame game.
Yep.
Like we'll accept anyone at this point.
And
but
you know why else I think they kept Colorado out? Because they wanted to keep Dion from proving Dion right.
Mm-hmm.
well, I mean,
Like,
Yep.
you couldn't have a stage like that. Dion, his second year in at a program, and he's in the running for a national championship. That hell no.
why
You
not?
can't have that. You can't have
I
that.
agree.
The committee would never have that. What? Absolutely
Why
not.
not?
What? No way. Especially all the shit that Paul Feinbaum was talking about that man in the program. Oh no. No. We can't have that. Prime in his second year, not only being successful, but in the running for a national championship. Yeah, nah. Get him the fuck immediately.
I ain't heard
He will
Paul.
become a story.
I ain't heard Paul Finebaum say two good words about Dion.
Not once. Not once.
So,
I mean,
At least as a coach, he might say he's a great player, which he was, but I've never heard Paul Finebaum refer to Dion in any way, shape, or form as a coach.
literally.
Maybe you guys have. I haven't.
Oh, I haven't. He's still over there riding the coattails of. I have to say coattails because if we say anything else, YouTube might take this video down. But he's still over there riding the coattails of Nick Saban. So, he's probably never going to give another coach any form of compliment unless it's Nick Saban.
Yep.
Or now Kalen Dober. I don't know if I can say that man last name. But yeah, the committee, I swear, y'all are gonna have to fight me very soon. Okay. You're gonna have to fight me very
They
soon.
old.
Okay.
Old and stuck in tradition. That's the only reason why we that's the
I'm gonna
only
start pulling
reason
the
why
J.
we at
Paul.
where we at right now.
sounds like the government of the United States, doesn't it?
Yep.
It sure the fuck does, because I'm like, bro,
Yep.
ain't no fuck.
Old and
What
stuck
the
in
hell y'all
tradition.
looking at?
Old and stuck in tradition. And shit ain't gonna change until we get some young blood up there.
Yeah,
It ain't gonna change.
Until some of these people start to take that proverbial nap.
Mm-hmm.
But before we go ahead and get up out of here, before all the madness of the transfer portal starts to jump off within the next few weeks and the next few months, do we see any team that is poised to land a big star within the next few months? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm going Alabama. I mean, not Alabama. I'm going Miami or Colorado, just based off the season that they had.
Yeah, Miami and Colorado, yeah.
You talking about a big star through the transfer portal?
Yes, through the transfer portal. Yes.
I think Colorado is because they're going to lose a good. They're going to lose their star players.
Yeah, to the draft. A lot of them are going to the draft.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to. So they're hopefully they don't rebuild. They don't have to go through a rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
And they can still be formidable next year because your best two players are definitely going to the draft.
Yep.
In Travis Hunter and Shador. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think Shiloh declared for the draft. So, but then if Shiloh declares, definitely some spots going to open up. So they could make a big splash, go back and see who was a recruit in one of these schools. They were a 4-star recruit, but they already had somebody in the spot when they got there. So they're waiting a couple of years for the next person to be gone. So I mean, yeah, I think Colorado, because they're losing a good bit, they're losing their star players.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. And last but not least in college football news, we got one Lincoln Riley in talks of moving on. Now, there are some murmurs that he may stay in the college realm, but there are also some talks that he may be looking at an offensive coordinator job in the NFL. How we thinking?
I mean, I think Lincoln Riley has already done what all he can do at the college level. We've seen him as a head coach. He didn't win. I don't see him. When I say he didn't win the championship, because people gonna be like, he had really good seasons where he won games and he won a couple of bowl games. Yeah, we get all that, but he didn't
He
reach
win
the
a title.
goal.
Yeah.
Right, he didn't win a title. So
Mm-mm.
I think we've already seen him at his best in college football. It would be well, not really beneath him, but I don't think he would take a offensive coordinator position in college football. And if he's why can I think of the team he coaches right now?
USC.
USC. I think he's done everything he can in college. I don't think there is a better option available to him than USC if he wants to continue coaching in college football. I don't think there's a better option for him to go to, because I think most of the prestigious programs that most coaches want are intact right now. Like Texas is really good. Alabama is still formidable. Notre Dame, you're not going to Notre Dame because Notre Dame is in the college football playoff for the first time, and they're not getting rid of their coach. Georgia is still relevant. I mean, the only other places you really have that have a history like that where he would probably want to go is maybe a Clemson. We
And
all know
Dabo
Michigan's not getting rid of their coach because they
and
just
Dabo
beat
and
Ohio
Dabo
State.
ain't going
for a while.
and Dabo Sweeney ain't going nowhere. So
Dabo ain't going nowhere. And I'm in the next couple of years, I'm pretty sure Clemson will be formidable again, especially with NIL leveling off a lot of things.
Yep.
And I think that is the selling point that is going to be hard for Lincoln Riley moving forward, is that he has no championships. But he's like, hey, I can offer you money, but so can everybody else, plus a chance to win a championship.
Exactly.
So I absolutely believe that's why Nick Saban left college football as well, because the playing field was finally leveled. It's like you can't hide behind the prestige and the championships no more, because a lot of these guys you were getting couldn't get paid. And now a lot of them that need the money will get paid somewhere else if you don't pay them. So I think I think he probably go take an offensive coordinator job in the NFL. I think that would be good for him. He might be. He just might be a better NFL coach. You know.
That's true. I think his scheme may transfer better.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I think in that aspect, it's like there's no better options out there for you unless you want to take one of these smaller programs and try and rebuild it and get them up to 10, 11 games and be like, look, see, I can coach. And then one of these prestigious programs come back and they want to hire you. But I think the writing in college football is on the wall for him. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. So I think he might reach his full potential being in the NFL as a coordinator. Not going to lie to you. I absolutely would like him to give it a try before he decides to do another college gig.
Yeah, I said the same thing, honestly. And I think this was just me being a fan, but I said the first person that should call him would be AP, right? You go ahead and pair, a good defensive coordinator with a good offensive coordinator, and rebuild your offense through the draft. And, you never know what happens. But, I definitely issue the same sentiments as DJ Micah B.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I think, his time is he ran his course virtually at in the college game, and I think that he should try his hand in the NFL and see how his scheme translates. And I think that he would be a very viable offensive coordinator in the NFL. Be looked at as Steve Sarkisian, Shane Steichen, Ben Johnson over here in Detroit, Kyle Shanahan. The likes of those guys, of those type of minds, because he is the offensive mind that he is. So. Wherever he does goes, hope that he prospers and thrives, honestly. But as you guys know, final thoughts, fellas. Go ahead and kick us off, DJ Micah B.
Y'all know what it is. Keep tuning in, keep showing the love, keep liking, subscribing, and following. We are over 3K from the sidelines as a whole. We appreciate and love all the fans. My two co-hosts, two of the best in the world, We're gonna make some stuff shake on PVT. We're gonna keep going. And my absolute final thought is shout out to Manny Pacquiao for being inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And Sterling Sharp has finally become an NFL finalist to the NFL Hall of
Yeah,
Fame.
Lord.
I'm ready to watch and talk about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Willie, go ahead and take us off, man.
Fuck Rob Manfred and your whole golden batter baseball rule you got coming next season. Fuck you for that. That's gonna change the game in the worst way. Just want to let y'all know Sports Report Podcast every Monday at 10, Northeast Streaming Sports. Follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch every Monday at 10 p.m. Me and the crew go over everything in the world of sports. And then, of course, on Saturday nights, we are coming back after the holiday this Saturday, the Geek Gauntlet Podcast. We will be back this Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. So definitely check us out on our Twitch and our YouTube page.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all heard what the fella said. Make sure you guys keep commenting, and subscribing. We're gonna keep bringing you guys this content. Like DJ Micah B said, we are at 3K, so keep joining the train, and we're just gonna keep riding and rolling. Make sure you guys tap in with the Sports Report Podcast. It is his icon that y'all see right there, and it does come on right after B2B Basket to Basket from the FTSL. So there's no excuse for you to miss it. Go ahead and turn your notifications. It'll pop up. Don't swipe up, swipe down. It'll pull up the video. Make sure you catch the Geek Gauntlet on Saturdays. If you enjoy any geek, nerd, video game, comic, anime content, that's where you need to be. Really dope content over there. Willie and his crew really know how to put on a really good show and really get some topics going. Make sure you guys tune in to the best damn football show on the internet, period. Coined by my boy DJ Micah B. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Me and my boy Mel, we're going to rip it up, talk some more college football and some more NFL for us. Game update. The game that we were watching tonight, Packers-Lions. Packers lose to the Lions 34-31, I believe the score was. So with that, the Lions officially clinched the playoffs. There is that. The Warriors and the Rockets are in a heated battle right now, 75-72. And it is third quarter, 10 minutes left. And that is all your updates for today. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week. Basket to Basket on Monday. Gentlemen's Talk on Wednesday. We back PVT on Thursday. And then Talking That Ish on Friday. We're going to see y'all next week. Peace.
Later.
Girl, you rockin' like